people who come in and walk among us trying to incite violence, trying to instigate us to doing something that they can then video, edit, and send out over all their channels to make us look like we're the bad guys instead of the peaceful people we are fighting for to save our democracy. So, I know it's hard to do. Don't engage with them, okay? We're going to have, if any of them start coming in and causing like trouble, like threatening physical trouble, the safety monitors will whistle. They're going to use a whistle. When you hear that whistle, lower your signs and sit down. If you can't sit down, at least like turn away and lower your head. This is a way to let them know, you go and do what you're doing, but we're the peaceful people here, and there will be videos made of this. Okay. Any questions? All right. Oh, okay. There's water over here at the table behind the big rock. Help yourself to the table. We're going to have someone walking around carrying water to everybody around here. There aren't any public restrooms, but there is poets over in that direction, and restaurant over here. There's a Shell station about a block down that way. So all we ask is if you go in, kind of buy something. So anything else? What am I missing? Question.
Will you be repeating those same rules at least one more time today?
I could, yes.
Yeah, some people are going to show up and not hear it.
Okay, oh, that's the other thing. If I can't repeat these and people show up that aren't here now, please let everyone know. And if someone besides you starts engaging with the counter-protesters, please talk to them about why not to do that, okay? Thank you. You're all going to be safety monitors today. Thank you.
And they were bled for. Today, we celebrate the real America. Not the one of corruption and control, not the one of book bans and stolen rights, but the one where the people are in charge. I look out to this crowd of neighbors, of families, and of freedom fighters, and I know this is what democracy looks like. So I want to hear it from you. When I call out, show me what democracy looks like, y'all will chant back, this is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Our elected leaders were meant to serve us. And yet, an unnaturally orange man believes we are here to serve him. He is mistaken, because America serves no kings. And all of our elected leaders are complicit in this authoritarian takeover. While we struggle, they trade stocks. While we cry out for justice, they rip our families apart. While we build community, they try to build walls. A true leader would stand for the people. And the people you will hear from today are the true leaders. Not because they hold public office, but because they hold courage. They are our teachers. They are our faith leaders. And they are neighbors who refuse to be silent. They're the ones fighting for freedom, for fairness, and for a future worth believing in. Let's listen to their stories and follow their leads. And with that, it is my honor to introduce our first speaker, Billy George, the chair of the Putnam County Democratic Party. Please give a warm welcome and fired up welcome to Billy George.
All right, everybody. This is encouraging to see everybody here today. I just want to say, my friends, my fellow Americans, we gather here today not as subjects, but as citizens. not as followers of a crown, but as defenders of a specific cause. For far too long, we have watched with growing alarm as the fires of authoritarianism smolder across our nation. The time has come to raise our voices once more. Like the patriots of old who declared with thunderous clarity, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women, and however you identify, are created equal. Our ancestors cast off a king, defied tyranny, and declared that the soil would never again know the rule of one man's will. And yet here we are, seeing power concentrated, truth manipulated, and liberty trampled on. Let us speak plainly. We do not have kings in America, and we will not tolerate those who act like one. We reject the siren song of a strong men who crave obedience more than justice. We reject the lies of fascists who disguise cruelty as strength. We build walls instead of bridges, who use fear to divide us. That's not who we are. And values like ICE, who round up our neighbors at the dead of night, who treat our families like criminals or seek refuge, we see you. We will melt with the cold machinery of injustice with the fire of humanity. We will dismantle the cages, reunite families, and remind this country what the Statue of Liberty stands for. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning for breath free. To those who long for authoritarianism, let me remind you a moment of our childhoods where even a cartoon villains would understood the mockery of despotism. Remember those words from The Lion King when the hyenas chanted mockery, no king, la 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 la. They knew it when we know now. Power without justice is a joke. Authority without accountability is a threat. So today we laugh at the idea that any one man could crown himself above the law. We laugh and then we fight. We're here with activism, showing our presence. We fight for democracy, not just as a system, but as a living, breathing promise. A promise that every vote matters. If you need to get registered, right over there. Every voice counts and every person belongs. We fight for women's rights, LGBTQ plus rights, voting rights, workers' rights, immigrant rights, and beyond, because justice is indivisible. If one of us is denied, then all of us are diminished. We stand not just against something, but for something. And for the dream of America that is kind, that is fair, that lives up to its Constitution and not tears it down. And so I call upon you now, not as subjects, not as spectators, but as soldiers of democracy, to march, to vote, to organize, to speak truth, to refuse silence. And when they ask us, where were you when they tried to make a king of one man? We will answer proudly. We stood up, we spoke out, and we said with one voice, no king, no tyrant, no fear. This is our America. Again, my name is Billy George, part of the Putnam County Democratic Party. If you are not involved locally in some capacity to raise awareness about activism, being involved socially, getting people registered to vote, because that is your voice. Help those who can't help themselves. Advocate. If you want to run for office, let us help you. If you're from another city or another county and want to get involved, come find me. I'll be right over there. Our next speaker is Troy Smith, professor at Tennessee Tech, right over here. Thank you all very much.
Where's the rest of the people that hold this? Where's the rest of the people that help hold this?
I don't know. We got it, don't we? You could probably take a break if you want to give it to somebody else.
Hello.
Hello, Upper Cumberland. Good to see y'all out here today. I am Troy Smith. A couple of months ago, many of us were here on the square on the Hands Off rally. See a lot of familiar faces from that one. And that just happened to fall on the 250th anniversary of the battles of Lexington and Concord, which started the American Revolution. And on that day, I read a brief quote from Thomas Paine and his pamphlet, Common Sense. One of the things that he read in the quote that I shared then was that in a tyrannical government, the king is the law, but in a free government, the law is the king. So I thought that since we're here today on June 14th, which is Flag Day, of course, it's also the 250th anniversary of the Second Continental Congress establishing the United States Army. It's also my wife and I's anniversary. We got married on Flag Day because it means that much to us. It also happens to be somebody's birthday, as I understand it, and they're going to be sitting and watching a bunch of tanks roll by, like their buddies in North Korea and Russia do. But we're here for something completely different, and I thought it'd be appropriate to trot out Thomas Paine again today. Except I'm just going to read part of the opening paragraph of The Crisis. Some of y'all probably familiar with that. I need to get a little closer. Some of you probably familiar with The Crisis. That was written during the time in Valley Forge when things were looking really bad for that new army that was trying to escape from beneath the thumb of a king. So, I had it pulled up here. It's gotten away from me. Well, I will paraphrase. Basically, a long time ago in typing class, this is what you had to learn to type with. These are the times that try men's souls, he said. And in times like this, the sunshine patriot fades away. But those who stand forth deserve the honor and appreciation of all the people. It is a difficult fight. Tyranny, he said, like hell, is not easily overthrown. But it is the very dearness of a thing, that is the expensive nature of it, that makes it valuable to us. So my point today is, I feel like we're at a turning point. I feel like every day we're gathering more support. Every day the boulder is rolling a little bit faster. So take courage. Don't be discouraged. Don't slow down now. Don't slow down now. We are here to quote another great American, to make sure that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. Now, I'm willing to bet that most of us here had a parent or a grandparent or a great-grandparent who sacrificed or at least risked their lives to defend this liberty. Many of you here today have done the same thing. We are not going to cast aside the ideals that military was established to protect. We are not going to cast aside our liberty. The government has the power to take my liberty away by force, but there's nothing powerful enough on this earth to make me hand it over. Now, our friend Sayota taught you a Lakota word earlier, hokahay, war cry. I'm going to leave you with a Cherokee word, stiut. It means courage. Stiut. Have courage. Don't falter now, because we're on our way. Thank you.
Thank you, Troy. Our next speaker is a spiritual leader of our community. This is Deanna Lack.
Good afternoon. My name is Deanna Lack. I'm the minister of the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Cookeville. And we're not a typical church. We don't have any doctrine. We help people walk whatever spiritual path they're already on. And we're passionate. We're passionate about social justice. I helped found the Cookeville chapter of Indivisible in 2016, the original one, with Ann Quillen and Anna Warmouth. And after the election and the Women's March, back then we called our representatives every day, and I can tell you that sometimes, a lot of the time, it felt like we were banging our heads against the wall. But one thing I've learned since I joined the fight, burnout is real. It's been a long decade, hasn't it? I burned out on daily phone calls to my representatives, and I have a confession to make. This go-round, I've been burned out on rallies, wondering what difference they make. And this is the first one I've been to this year. But in the midst of that burnout, I found a calling. The people in my church are social justice warriors, and I've been their minister since 2019, and they keep me going because it's all about community. We need to build and sustain communities that can stand up against this tyranny. I hope my calling is to create safe harbor for social justice fighters to come back and refresh themselves from the fight. And I hope that's what we're doing at my church, where our mission is spiritual growth, compassionate living, and joyful service. But something shifted in the last couple of weeks. My congregation gave me this stole when they called me as their minister. And I'm in the process of writing a book about abolition. And as I've written it, this question has been bugging me. How on earth did we lose the moral high ground to the Christian right? When did religion start to be about hating gay people and choosing for women, and stop being about feeding the hungry, sheltering the unhoused, caring for the oppressed, caring for the stranger in your midst, the immigrant, and fighting for racial equality? And I realized that as a person who represents liberal faith, I have to start showing up in this stole that says I'm here to serve. People need to see religious folks supporting people's rights. I have to be the voice that says this is not what faith is about. And you don't get to say God is on your side at the same time you're saying we should imprison immigrants, destroy abortion clinics, bomb Palestine, defund science, defund healthcare, and erode our safety net and destroy jobs. You don't get to say those things and act like you represent everyone who believes in something, or all Christians. It's a lie.
Yes.
The truth is, almost all major religions have some version of what Christians call the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. This God grants you the power to be rich if he favors you. That's bullshit. It's a lie made to give millionaires some kind of holiness, and that's bullshit too. Take back the high ground. Morality means not harming people. going beyond that to help them, especially when our government is harming them. Faith is mutual aid. Faith is encouraging one another when the struggle bears down on us. Keep going, beloved fighters. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for showing up today and all the days. You are sacred. I believe in the power of us, and I believe in the power of community. If I can help you keep heart and keep going, I'm here for it. Let's do this.
Thank you, Deanna. Our next speaker, let's give them a warm welcome. This is Carl Owens.
Good afternoon. No kings. I come to speak today against a wannabe king. I bring through my words my grandmother Lucille Henley Owens and my mother Armelia Johnson Owens. Hello to you both in heaven. Both continue to guide my way. Strong women. How about a call and response? Whenever I use the words no kings, say no kings. No kings. No kings. No kings. No kings. I was both skeptical and afraid to speak here today. A 70-year-old man, no, a 70-year-old black man. I was born on June 3rd of 1955. For those who know, that was 6 months before Rosa Parks decided not to give up her seat to that person on a Montgomery day on a bus. The beginning of the civil rights movement. My life and my way bring me to speak here today. If not me, who? If not now, when? I have been called an angry black man. Why should I not be angry? I have been called the NMF, had my house egged, and insulted about being an intellectual. No kings! No kings! I shall tell no lies in my words today, as lies surround and abound this country where we live. We don't need to make America great again. America has always and will always be great. One need only travel this country and the words as I have to know this is true. America is far more than those waving American flags to honor a no king. No king! It is all of us seeking life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All of us, no matter how we choose life for ourselves as individuals. Not having a wannabe king decide our choices. No king! No king! A wannabe king, by executive order, wants to erase the history of my culture. A wannabe king seeks to deny the true descendants of this land where we stand. All here other than Native Americans are immigrants. A wannabe king, no king. And he wants to deny people who choose an alternative lifestyle their right to be who they choose to be. No kings. Historically, a black man who could read was a threat to society. Slavery taught two things, obedience or death. No kings. We cannot allow true history to be erased. All history is true. No kings. 70 years now, my words are a threat to a wannabe king. It is important that we remain mindful of our actions and that no violence occurs, as we are a peaceful people. No kings. No kings. Gandhi and Martin proved that peaceful protesting is the only way. No kings. And while we see expensive military parade today, cuts to Medicare, Social Security, SNAP, Section 8 housing, a no king is openly celebrating his birthday, and a no king enriches his life daily right in front of our faces. With a man who was a real king, that is Martin Luther King, walked this country to speak to all poor and disadvantaged people, he remained under attack until his murder. All of us should be aware that democracy is truly under attack. And so let's raise our voices in unison to reject a man who wants to be king. No king. We can only stop a man who wants to be king by peaceful protest and speaking out as it is our right to do so. No king. We see things with our own eyes, and then a propaganda channel tells its audience that it was not real. They say that January 6th was not what we saw. Yes, it was an insurrection. We must save democracy. No kings. In LA, the propagandists would lead us to believe that all of Los Angeles is under attack. Truth is, it is a 2-block radius, and I know because my son lives in downtown Los Angeles. No kings. I encourage each of you to read reliable sources. The truth is there. Watch this man and just listen to his sentence formation. Can you make sense of it? See his cabinet. Can you make sense of them? No! See him continue to blame Biden. Mark it up, he's happy. Mark it down, Biden. The insanity of that deal. We are here today to stand against a wannabe king. No king. No king. Stand with me and say, no kings. No kings. No kings. No kings. No kings. No kings. Want to see a real king? Thank you.
I want to give it a try. No kings!
No kings!
No kings!
No kings!
No kings!
No kings!
Thank you, everyone. For our next speaker, this is Amber Hill, and she has recently joined us, and she has been phenomenal. Please give her your time, attention, and a fired-up welcome.
Thank you so much. Already getting sore from screaming so much. But I want to introduce myself. My name is Amber Hill. I am involved with Indivisible, and I am involved with the Putnam County Democrats. A lot of people have said that we're here because we hate America. I want to make it clear, we are here because we love America. I'm here because I love Tennessee, and I love everyone here. I love democracy. And I love seeing so many people who are here to support democracy, to support Tennessee, and to support America. A lot of ways to do that. I love that we're here for a protest. Of course, always calling your representatives. And one more idea I want to throw at you is the general strike movement, just as another way to resist what is happening in our country. I represent the General Strike United States movement, which is a decentralized strike network of committed people who want to bring a sense of community and build a world for humans, not corrective resistance, helping to shift our time, energy, and money away from upholding colonial capitalism and U.S. imperialism. Why are we striking? Because we have voted, we have protested, we have marched for generations, and yet we're still in this mess today. The system survives on our labor, so we are organizing to withhold our labor and purchasing power to refrain from school attendance. We are working towards just 3.5% 3.5% of the United States population, if 3.5% of America can join in with the resistance, we can make real change happen. Along with organizing the 3.5% rule, we aim to establish an interconnected system, state to state, which will serve the purpose of ensuring collective sustainability before and after the strike. We are just another mode of resistance, a network of change. We have no center of the movement, and we are collectively working towards a common goal through pursuing our individual initiatives. Our organization, the General Strike Movement, acts as the glue for the autonomy already happening. We understand that labor comes from the people, and labor is what drives the world's trades, market, and society. We want to shift our labor to work for us, the people. Instead of setting a specific strike date, we are focusing on mobilizing a significant number of individuals to engage in sustained participation. We need mutual aid, we need strike funds, we need volunteers. Our goal is to blend various ideologies, methods, and analysis to harness the power necessary for true liberation. 3.5% is all it takes, 11 million people in the United States. This engagement will establish an interconnected support system across states, serving as a safety net for our communities. Our aim is to address the needs of the people, particularly those who are most marginalized and vulnerable. Participation will take many forms, and it is vital that we recognize that we all have a role to play in the resistance. We can't do it alone. We all do it together, each doing what we're good at. We must strike at the root together. By coming together, we can create a powerful movement for change. There is more information. I could keep going on, but if you want an easy website to go to, generalstrikeus.com is the movement. If you're interested, get involved. I have a QR code if you want to come see me and get involved. Whatever form it takes. But I encourage all of us to resist in every form that we are able to. No thanks.
Thank you, Amber. Our unity is our power. Our next speaker is Leo Sohaki. He is the Democratic Party for Van Buren chair, and he is here to give you a great message. Everyone give him a warm welcome.
Tell me something. You gonna be drowned out? You gonna have anybody stand there and say, oh no, I'm gonna make more noise than you? No! I didn't think so. I got a question for you. Well, hey there, mister. Can you tell me what happened to the seeds I've sown? Can you give me a reason, sir, as to why they ain't never grown? You probably know who wrote that song. I think our wannabe king doesn't like him much. I don't care. Now, I will give you a reason why those things are not happening. It's because they keep tearing up and stealing the land you planted them in for the benefit of a few. I'm not going to have that. What about you? No! For the benefit of the likes of Donald J. Trump. For the benefit of those who will and can afford to pay homage to treat him like a king, to fear him as a dictator, to enrich him while we suffer and make do with less and less. Every time I say, we're here, I want you to say, with no king. My wife suggested that a part of our event be a drum circle. I kind of wish I'd have followed up on that. The cadence of what I'm asking you is boom, 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 boom. You got that? I think you do. I want you to say it loud enough to be heard all the way to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, to have it echo to the Kremlin and the palaces of the monarchs of the Middle East. They're trying to take over our nation that loud because, by God, we're here. We're here. That's a whole lot better. Today is June 14th. We're here for a reason. We aren't here to celebrate our self-appointed dictator. We aren't here for some stupid vanity parade that'll likely cost more than $45 million. No, we're not here for that, and we're not there. We're here. Earlier this week, he came out and said a thing regarding his vanity show, his little parade. If there's any protest that wants to come, they'll be met with very big force. For any people that want to protest, they're going to be met with very big force. Still, you know what? We're here. I need to remind you of a thing. Dear Donald, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right for people to peaceably assemble and to petition government for a redress of grievances. Still, sir, we're here! Doing just that. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8 of the Constitution reads, "No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress," by the way, that's our consent too, "except of present emolument, office, or title of any king whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state." That's pretty damned clear, and that's why we're here. When I read all that I could, all I could think about was that palace in the sky, worth over $400 million. It's sitting in San Antonio, awaiting retrofit, and that'll cost upwards of another $400 million. And it'll take years. All that means you are footing the bill for a plane that will only be used for maybe a year before it goes to his library. Sure, Donald, we're here because he is certain that he is a king. We're here because a tyrant has said, the first time I ran the country, the second time I run the country and the world. The hell you do! We're here because we believe that a prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. We're here because we believe that three branches of government, by their very design, is to prevent the concentration of power. We're here because we understand that every person in the nation, documented or otherwise, has a fundamental right to due process of law. We're here because so far we've been spared the weaponized justice system and military our would-be king has illegally unleashed on Los Angeles. He would right here in Cookeville, and Governor Lee would let him do it. Too bad to both of you. We're here! I find it ironic that the Dobbs decision that man has touted as a signature piece of legislation and achievement, not legislation, ruling, one of his favorite achievements, overturning Roe versus Wade, was ostensibly done to give the rights to the state. Meanwhile, you deploy troops to a state that specifically said, you should not, sir. That's the act of a dictator. We're here. We're here. Because we fundamentally reject the notion, just as our country's founders did, of the centralized power of a monarch. We're here. Because our institutes of learning should represent the collective knowledge of our history, not the narrative of a wannabe king, expressing that knowledge in the form of protest is a constitutional right, and by God will exercise it. We're here. I think you're beginning to feel it. Feeling it is no longer enough. We know that. Now it's time the world knows that. Most importantly, Donald Trump and those that allowed him to have his silly little parade. We're here. Standing together today, just as our forefathers and mothers did. A union of people that understand the only real power is the power of our combined voices. You have to stand where you live. I'm from one of the reddest counties in this nation. Van Buren County voted upwards of 90% for that man in 2024. We're here. And we'll stand here, and we'll stand in Van Buren County. Our little county has a thing happening, and there are a few here that know it, and they know why. The Democratic Party is building and becoming stronger and more vocal, and we're telling Van Buren County and the world, we're here. That, my friends, is what has to be done. Most of the people that laughably represent us are nothing more than sycophants. Oh yeah, I said that word incorrectly, but I meant it, and it is the correct definition. We're here because we're going to claw back the money they're stealing from us, and we're going to claw back the rights. That's a hell of a lot more reason to celebrate. We and I don't need no stinking parade. We're going to do a good old-fashioned fish fry and celebrate something worth celebrating. That damn sure ain't a king. That damn sure ain't rich folks. That damn sure ain't anyone that would set us back 300 years. It isn't that because we're here. We're no kings. We're here. We're no kings. We're here. We're here. All right, I love all of you. You're doing a heck of a job. We got more work to do. Don't stop. Get out there. Go to your Democratic Party meeting. Stand where you live. We're here. Thank you.
once more for our incredible speakers. I also want to take this time, do we have any veterans or active duty members? Let's recognize them. I also want to recognize who here, this is your first protest. Thank you. They need to be recognized too because these are freedom fighters. Now, remember, we are here to build community and send a message, not start a fight. They want to paint us as chaotic. These LA riots that we are seeing on the news, they did this during the BLM protests. They want us to be afraid to come together. Look around. Does this look chaotic? These are protests, and it is our right to come together. We know the truth. Silence does not spark change, and silence only protects the oppressors. Let's show them what the power of unity can do. Because when the people united, will never be divided. And I want to hear from you. When I call it out, I want you to call it back to me. The people, united, will never be divided. The people, united, will never be divided. Now, who here is ready to vote in 2026? Who here is ready to challenge this Republican supermajority in Tennessee? Who here is ready to flood the phone lines of their elected representatives? Hold them accountable. They are the ones making decisions. Who here is ready to build a better America for everyone? We have overthrown a king before in our history, and we will do it again. We are the heirs of revolution, the guardians of democracy, and the architects of change. But that takes us coming together. Protests are great, but they are a tool. We move this energy into our daily lives. Don't let this momentum end here. I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for being loud. Thank you for being brave. And thank you for helping us out with our food donations. Thank you everyone who donated food to our food drive to help our vulnerable communities. We will be delivering this food to El Puente, which partners with College Side Church of Christ. This church holds a food bank with 80% Hispanic members of our community they go through. With the ICE raids going on, just everyone put on your empathy hats for a minute. What if the main provider of your household got abducted? What would happen to their families? This is happening in our state, in our country. We must be there for them. We will also be partnering with the United Church of Cookeville, where this church follows what they preach of helping the homeless. They hold homeless encampments in their backyard and have a shelter for them. They feed them. And I want everyone to understand, as prices go up, as rent goes up, and our wages do not, this can happen to all of us. Poverty can happen to all of you. We must be there for them as a safety net, and it will be there for us. Before we close, I want everyone to remember, once again, stay focused, stay safe, and stay united. This movement is peaceful, it's powerful, and it's just getting started. But I want to hear it one more time. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Thank you all for coming out. Please Feel free to go wrap around the corners. Be joyful. Be peaceful. We will also hold an open mic here if anyone wishes to say their piece or continue to listen. Feel free to come up. Meet your neighbors. Hear them. We are all here to fight for change, and I thank you all for coming out.
What is your name? I'm Jacqueline, and I'm the president of Putnam County Young Democrats. They worked so hard on my side. All week. This is how Liberty dies. We've done domestic laws. From the prequel. Does this guy look familiar to you? I love this. I love this. Thank you. And yeah, we have so many young Democrats here. And there was, wait, where was Caleb? I saw him. I'm sorry? Oh, it's right over here. Yeah. Caleb, come here so we can look at your file. Okay, yes. Show us your file. Tell us about it. Get this car quad out of my swamp. That's hilarious.
Nice. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I got the It's nice to meet you. All right, we're going to shut it down there, Blue Dots. I hope I got most of it.